All right, let's have a look at the answering machine in Telegram Expert. You'll find it under Sending SMS and then Answering Machine. Now let's have a look at the interface. The type of content you can send here under Working with Text is the same kind of content you can send with a normal SMS. So you can do a repost, you can use a post bot, as well as you can send images, text, attachments, etc., etc. For a more detailed explanation, you can have a look at our video on sending SMSs. This program also supports spin tags. So for example, if we type in here, like this, then it will randomly send any one of the individual messages that we have indicated here on the left. But first, we need to set the module up so it works. I'm going to use as an example this account right here. That's already open. And as you can see, it has 4 unread messages and 1 read message. This is very important. The answering machine module will only respond to unread messages. So with every single launch, no matter how many times you relaunch the account, it will only respond to unread messages. So even if you, for example, you reply to someone, but then they send you an unread message, the answering machine module will respond to the unread message. Okay, first we'll select the account from which we'll be sending all these messages. And then we have to indicate the delay between messages. You see here it's between 5 and 7 seconds, but honestly it's entirely up to you. It could be between 5 and 10, it could be between 20 and 30 seconds. It's entirely up to you. It depends on your accounts and how much information you're sending out there. Next, we're going to indicate the maximum wait time for a flood wait. You see here it's written at 500. So for example, if there's going to be a huge text flood for 450 seconds, then the program is just going to skip it and wait for the maximum time. And obviously, if it's longer, then it's not going to wait. Moving on to quote post. If this option is turned on, the program is going to first quote incoming messages and then respond to them. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Of course, if the option is turned off, then the program is just going to respond to messages without quoting them. Okay, next we have preview links. This is if you have links in your messages that you want them to be previewed or not. We cover this in a bit more detail in the Sending SMS video. Then we have silent mode. This is for if you want to send a message without making a sound. I'm sure you've seen in Telegram, if you hold the send button, it'll send a message without making a sound. And this can do just that automatically. And then we have thread management. This is pretty much standard, the same as with any other kind of module. Depending on how many accounts you have, you choose how many threads it goes in. Okay, let's explain a bit more about what the program actually does. So normally the program will go into an individual account, it will answer all the unread messages, and then finish the process. Here in Run Control, however, you can actually choose how many times it repeats that process. For example, here we have 10 starts with a delay of 10 to, let's say 50 seconds between them. The program is going to go into all the individual accounts, reply to all the messages, stop, it's going to wait the indicated time, and then it will repeat that process again. And since we've said 10, it's going to do this 10 more times. Go into the accounts, reply to all the messages, stop, etc. Auto stop is for when you're dealing with a large number of accounts. And for example, if your text gets all spammed up, then you can set here the parameters under which it stops it completely, including an emergency shutdown. So it's not going to wait for any conditions. It's just going to shut everything down immediately. And so here you get to choose the condition for that. So if we go to ban status, if we were to type in, for example, 5, and if during the replies 5 accounts get banned, that's when the program will shut down. And that's the same for the other 2 conditions as well, for spam block and for flood wait. Once the indicated amount has been met, the program will just shut down, so as not to kill the other accounts. All right, let's go ahead and start, and we're going to open up our account. All right, let's have a look at the log. As you can see, the log is telling us there's a delay. Then one of the messages is chosen at random from the list, and you see it's sent right here. And we see here in the log that it's been sent again. And you'll notice that it's waiting for the appropriate time. We indicated that we wanted a delay between 5 and 7 seconds between messages. So it's choosing time between that time and choosing randomly from the list of messages to send again. And so now the program has to answer all incoming messages and then stop. And you see it did just that. But you notice it only replied to the 4 unread messages. Since we've already read this one, it's not going to reply to this one. Alright, let's go ahead and close this window here. Task complete, so we click OK. As you can see here, the program also keeps a record of all the message interactions. So which account said what to whom, all of that is recorded. Also, you'll notice that every single message here was sent with a quote because we clicked on quote post. Obviously, if it would have ticked quote post off, then the program would have sent the message without quoting it and just sent the regular message instead. So yeah, it's a pretty simple program. There's nothing that complicated about it.